What if I told you that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but living without ever truly starting? Imagine waking up every day with dreams burning in your chest, yet doing nothing. This is not just a story from a distant novel. It is the silent epidemic of our age, and in the 19th century, a man named Oblomov became its most haunting symbol. Jean-Paul Sartre once said, "Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself." But what happens when a man makes nothing? Today, we dive into the mind of Oblomov, a man whose greatest enemy was himself. Oblomov is the main character of Ivan Goncharov's novel, a man who spends most of his days in bed, wrapped in a dressing gown, lost in endless thoughts, but doing absolutely nothing. His life is not filled with great disasters or unbearable pain. Instead, it is filled with stillness. And sometimes, stillness is the most dangerous poison. We all know an Oblomov. Maybe it's a friend who always talks about starting a business but never takes the first step. Maybe it's that relative who has big dreams but is waiting for the right time, a time that never comes. Or maybe it's the face we see in the mirror. Oblomov's life is the embodiment of paralysis by overthinking. He wants happiness, he wants love, he wants a meaningful life, but he wants all of it without the discomfort of change. As Albert Camus wrote, "A man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world, but a man without action, he becomes a ghost in his own life." Psychologists call this learned helplessness. When a person, after failing or fearing failure enough times, stops trying altogether, they settle into a comfort zone so thick it becomes a prison. For Oblomov, his bed was that prison. For many of us today, it's our screens, our routines, our safe little bubbles. But here's the truth. Comfort is a double-edged sword. It gives you rest, but it can also silently rob you of your future. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Oblomov knew what he wanted to be, a happy, fulfilled man, but he never did what had to be done. In the novel, Oblomov meets Olga, a woman full of life, ambition, and hope. She believes she can save him from his inertia. For a brief moment, he changes. He walks more, he engages in life, he even begins to dream of marriage. But change built on someone else's energy never lasts. When challenges arise, Oblomov retreats. He goes back to his dressing gown, his bed, his stillness, and Olga leaves. This part of the story cuts deep because it shows us a painful truth. No one can live your life for you. Motivation borrowed from others runs out. At some point, you must decide. Søren Kierkegaard once said, "Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom." Oblomov felt that dizziness and chose to close his eyes. You might think, this is just a 19th century Russian man. What does he have to do with me? Everything. Today, our bed might not be made of pillows and blankets. It might be endless scrolling, Netflix marathons, years lost in "I'll start tomorrow." We live in the most connected, most opportunity-filled time in history, yet millions of us are spiritually paralyzed. The Oblomov mindset whispers, rest a little longer. You can start later. Life will wait. But life doesn't wait. So how do we avoid becoming Oblomov? The answer isn't complicated, but it is uncomfortable. Face the truth. Admit where you're hiding from life. Take one step. Don't wait for motivation. Start with action. Motivation will follow. Reject perfection. You will never feel completely ready. Own your life. Stop outsourcing your energy to other people's dreams. Sartre was right. Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself. Every day, you are either building or decaying. In the last part of the novel, Oblomov lives a quiet, uneventful life. No grand tragedy, no heroic comeback, just time passing until nothing is left. And maybe that's the saddest ending of all. Not dying too soon, but never truly living. Let this be your wake-up call, because the Oblomov inside you is not a character in a book. It's a possibility in your own life. And every day you delay, that possibility grows stronger. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." The clock is ticking. Your story is still unwritten. Don't let it end in silence. If this resonated with you, take one action today, however small. Send that message. Sign up for that class. Apply for that job. Step into your own life before it becomes a novel someone else reads with sadness.